This is a very important lesson for anyone who wants to use physics in your tracks. The way physics works in the Trials Rising engine is that objects with dynamic physics will only have the physics activated when they are within a designated area. This area is an invisible bubble that follows the rider, but like everything else in this game, you can adjust how it works. To start, let's take a look at this little red box that's connected to the rider's head by this blue dotted line. This is the center of the physics bubble, and the icon will select to make changes. The first thing you notice when you select the icon is a large red sphere that surrounds the icon. This is your physics bubble. Any object with dynamic physics properties will demonstrate those properties when within this bubble. You can move it around with the analog sticks or scale it up and down with the left and right triggers. Keep in mind that scaling the physics bubble can easily result in performance issues, so use this option sparingly. If you want objects to move in the background outside of the physics bubble, there are other ways to do this, and we'll cover that in the object position event lesson later in the series. Now let's hit up on the D-pad to enter the properties menu. First, let's talk about follow. By default, the physics bubble follows the game character, and this is represented by the blue dotted line that connects to the rider. As the rider travels through the track, the physics bubble will hold its relative position to him. You can also have the physics bubble follow an object of your choice. Set the slider to object, and then use the Select Followed Object option to select the object you would like the physics bubble to follow. Our next item is position behavior. These behaviors are the same as the behaviors covered in the game camera tutorial. Next is physics activation radius. You can adjust the bubble size here. 20 meters is the default size, and as I mentioned earlier, as a general rule, I would not recommend going over that size. However, there may be times you actually want or need to make it larger. Here is where you adjust the size. Physics activation safety radius needs to be 5 meters larger than the physics activation radius. This is to ensure that your physics animations work correctly. Reset to defaults resets all the physics bubble properties to their default settings. And always show visualization will make the red lines showing the size of the physics bubble always visible in the editor. But once again, they will not be visible when playing your track.